On my order, I got like 10 motorcycles.
Oh, okay, shit. Here we go. I guess we're live right now. So, live on YouTube. All right, Caspian. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's new?
I mean, still doing the same stuff. Just gym, work, school.
Same stuff. You've been hitting the gym pretty hard.
Yeah, I actually gained some weight. So
Okay, since last time I saw you, how much have you gained?
I was 130 last time you saw me. Now I'm 141.
Okay, so you've been putting on some size.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, like weekly, just lifting or mostly?
Lifting.
And then have you been trying to eat more?
Yes.
Okay, sick.
My protein intake's a little high.
So high protein intake. What have you been doing for like lifting splits?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I just follow the routine that my coach gives me. I don't really know a lot of the splits and stuff like that.
Right. What's your coach again? You told me last time.
Leandro Campbell.
Okay, I just checked. We are live on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, Leandro, and they both go work out at Body Shop, right?
Yes.
I should know them. I don't. Why don't I know them? I probably do.
You probably do.
No, I probably do. I just I don't know. Yeah, like that's wild.
They're really rad people.
Okay, well shout out to them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure your mic sounds good. Well, that's good. So you've gained about 10 pounds. And what's your goal? What's your ending goal weight?
End goal would be like 170, 175. I'm
Right.
short. People are like, that's not gonna look so good. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
No, you'll look pretty jacked.
175 is gonna look great.
Some of your photos already on Instagram, you look pretty jacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty like you can tell you've definitely put on some size. Yeah. What other wild and crazy stuff have you been up to?
Well, remember I told you about me getting a van?
Yeah.
Sprinter?
Yeah.
I decided to not get that. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit
Okay.
and get a Class C RV. So it's like literally a house. And they're like 24, 26 feet long.
So you're basically gonna buy a house to live.
A
So
house on wheels, yeah.
you're still living in the trailer right now.
Yeah, right now, yes.
And how's that going?
It's going pretty good. I don't have to spend $10 a day on ice, so that's been really nice.
So before you did?
Yeah, because of the heat, so I had to use my portable AC unit to, keep myself cool.
And then, so what? You would have to go get ice every day to keep the fridge.
Like 3 bags a day at least.
Damn,
would
that can get
last me an
expensive.
8-hour cycle. Yeah, I mean, you multiply that, 5 days a week. On weekends, I would just stay over at my girlfriend's, so it's like 5 days a week. $10. That's 50 every week.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I keep thinking about, getting like a cow tank to put in the backyard to do like the ice bath thing, right? Because it's like the ice bath is like really there's a lot of health benefits to it. But the people say that adds up really fast. Like by the time you go get the tank and then you got to buy like probably 4 or 5 big bags of ice to dump in there to get it to
A few grand.
So yeah, you think about that. Like it's actually probably cheaper to save up and buy one of the ice bath like units that like you plug in. Like there's a bunch of them that they make. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't remember what all the different brands are, but there's some good ice bath ones. Because I think the ice thing has to add up. Yeah. But so what? Now that it's cooling off, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I just turn on the fan and that'll keep me cool for the night.
So did that AC thing that ran off of ice basically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, like it's an AC unit / cooler, so you put the ice in the cooler.
Yeah.
And then it'll have like a little exhaust, and it'll just like basically pull air out.
Okay.
Kind of like a swamp cooler, except with like more buttons, and like actually you can control the speed of how much cool air you want.
Okay, so it worked really well. You just had to restock
great.
the ice all the time.
Yeah.
What a pain.
I'd wake up. It was a pain, but
Yeah.
I would wake up and it was just like, man, like the ice is all melty. I had to park in a shaded area. If not, the ice would melt like within 5 hours.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, but it's like it's still better than probably paying rent and having shitty roommates. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like the whole point of that thing. So when did you start doing that? You started.
Oh man, I picked it up think I picked it up February. No. Yeah, like March, February.
And I forgot, were you living in like a situation that sucked or something? Is that what you were?
Yeah.
You just like had like a high rent and everything, and
Well, it was a breakup, so
oh, okay, that's right.
me and her
breakup.
basically just parted ways, and I was like, I'm not paying rent with like 5 strangers, and I don't want to pay $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. So I decided to do this, save myself some money, and aim higher.
Right, it gets to be a lot when you get like around here having rent. You have to share because in order to afford rent, we have to get like 4 or 5 roommates sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can get super expensive around here just trying to live. So I think that's a good idea. But that's crazy. So right now during the week you do that, and then weekends you're staying where?
With my girlfriend.
With your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not the same one, different
No,
one.
no.
And how's that going for you?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
you guys been posting a lot of stuff, so that's what I was gonna ask you. It seems like you've been doing a lot of fun stuff.
It's been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Mostly like hikes. We went to Twin Falls like I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Right.
So that was pretty neat. I've never been out there. It's a new area exploring North Bend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Weren't you guys like doing like going to concerts and stuff or something? Is that
Yeah,
what-
music festivals.
Yeah, how's that? Pretty fun.
It's great. The community's just great.
Yeah, what is that like? You just like I think a lot of people are into that. I've never really.
I know I got to take you to one.
You think I could go?
I think I've seen some people that are like 45 years old, like him, a dude and a wife, just 40s.
So you think I could still
Partying
go?
hard. Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm old? No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It'd be like I couldn't imagine like getting out of my routine long enough to like.
You get your cardio and your leg day right there for sure.
Yeah, it's probably tons of walking, isn't it?
A lot of walking, a lot of dancing. It's
Yeah.
really
Do you like do all that shit where you like got like fucking glow sticks and like
Nah, I don't go that wild.
put a bunch like
I'll just wear like
crazy
really,
shit on you.
trippy pashimas, those like scarves that have like cool designs.
yeah, because you kind of have to like dress up, right? I mean, you gotta
little
like get
bit.
into the spirit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is that like? Why is it like Burning Man or is it like?
Honestly, so I've actually been to Burning Man. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer Burning Man over like the modern EDM festivals. Unfortunately, Burning Man has become so expensive that a lot of people that are wealthy can only afford it.
Yeah. When did you go to Burning Man?
It was in, I think, 2016.
And where was it?
It was in Black Rock City.
Yeah,
in
that's
Nevada.
where they do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, is that just like tons of drugs and like?
No, so it's actually considered more of a spiritual reunion. I mean, there's obviously drugs anywhere. There's drugs, but like
Right.
there's actually kids and there's families like that have been going from generation to generation. It's really cool to see, and once you meet those people, it's like you get to know their story of like how they got into Burning Man, and like now their children are going with them, and
Really?
it's really cool.
Yeah, that's so weird. I have this like weird idea that Burning Man's like just a big drug festival or something. Just like a bunch of people on drugs, like.
I mean, there's that too. There's a lot of trading. Like, it's a cashless festival, so like if we need like water, we'll trade you something in exchange of the water.
Okay.
Or yeah, it's kind of like a Mad Max.
Big community type of
Big
thing where there's like
community, yeah.
like almost a swap meet type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. So these house music festivals you go to, are they like pretty wild with a lot of drug use and stuff too, or like?
Oh yeah.
I bet.
You gotta be careful sometimes.
Like here, somebody's like, take this.
Yeah, no, I usually just drink alcohol and
Yeah, I just stay away
smoke
from that
my
stuff.
vape.
Yeah, that's the way to play it safe, I think. But I'm sure it's fun though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just like the energy and everything.
Everyone's in a good mood. Here and there, you'll come across some like very assholey drunk people, but I
Yeah, what is
avoid
like
them.
what's the kind of crowd that goes? Just a bunch of young people that are into house music?
Honestly, lately because I've been going to these festivals for almost, 18, 19, 20. So almost 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So these past 3 years that I've been going, specifically here in Washington State, I've been seeing more like younger crowds,
Yeah.
like going to them.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I try to, like, I'm not that much into house music or anything, but I kind of get the appeal of it because it's like you get these huge crowds and like tons of people, and they get all this value out of it. Where, I mean, it's probably a lot of, it probably costs a lot to set it all up, but it's not as like when you get a real band and stuff, there's so many people that have to get paid and like set up and everything, where this is just like usually one or two people like in a machine, right? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty
like
much.
different DJs and like, I don't know, it's probably a cool culture. I don't know much about it.
It is pretty cool. And like when EDM is like so subjective, there's so many types of EDM. There's trance, there's bass, there's house, deep house. You know, there's so many realms that you can go to. You're just never gonna get bored because there's always room to explore different
Right.
genres.
Yeah, that's dope. It's like all these people that I follow on Instagram, I always see them going to all these shows. I'm like, God, that looks cool.
It is. Yeah.
But I'm like I said, I don't think I could go. I'd be like, I have to go to the gym. I have to, like, I can't get out of my routine. Or
There's
I
a lot of
freak
gym
out.
rats that go to festivals too.
They
like
do,
you'll
yeah.
see them at when I went to Base Canyon. There's just guys like super buff dudes just doing push-ups, or like they brought their weights with them and they
Oh,
were
I
just
think that's
working
half
out.
of it. Like, dudes get jacked just so they can like go take Molly and go to a fucking EDM festival. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So they look good. I mean, I don't blame them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's fun, man.
Even I will just like grab the little cables and I'll just like work out a little bit, get a
Well,
pump.
yeah, you got to get a pump on,
Yeah.
right? No, that makes sense. It's like a whole culture, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I can't complain.
And your girlfriend goes with you to those,
She's gone to two of them.
and she's like super into that too.
She actually liked it. Her first festival was with me actually. That was our second date.
Okay,
I was like, "Hey, want to go? Let's go." And she's like, "Yeah, let's do it."
really? Yeah, that's a cool second date.
Yeah.
You know.
She liked it. We're gonna be going to Boo this Halloween. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No, tell me what's Boo.
Boo, it's more it's a Halloween themed festival. It's indoors at the WAMU Theater, and it's like everyone's dressed up in costumes.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of DJs show up. It's
Okay,
pretty
that's
great.
dope. So like, what are you gonna be? What are you gonna dress
Venom,
as?
actually.
You gonna be Venom?
Yeah, Venom, and then the second outfit I haven't thought it through all the way.
Because you have to have a couple costumes. It's gonna be a
It's gonna be a 2-night, yeah.
2-night thing.
So Venom the first night, and I think I'm gonna wear something more steampunk on the second day.
Okay.
You know what steampunk is?
No.
So steampunk is more like the Burning Man style kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna look it
Rave
up
wear.
after this.
Yeah.
Steampunk. I mean, I could even look it up now. What is steampunk? No, that's cool. Venom is like, I fucking love those movies with Tom Hardy.
It's not a full suit, unfortunately, but it's one of those like compression shirts, and it actually looks really good. So I was like, you know what, I'll do this, and then I
So
got
it's
like
just the shirt. You need the whole fucking thing.
I
though.
actually got the mask too, the face shell, and
Yeah.
the all you need is really like lycra, face mask. Put some holes on it. You just put the magnetic lenses, just put them in there. And you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel like those are super in right now, like Spider-Man suits and then fucking.
Yeah, Spider-Man suits have been customized like wildly, like just perfect quality material.
Right, it's
But I
crazy.
can't afford it. That's too expensive for a suit. They're like $400-$500. I'm like, nah, I'm not spending that much money for a one-night costume.
I mean, you just see so many people like rocking those on Instagram and shit now. Like, let's see, steampunk
Mad Max style.
attire. Oh, so it's like Mad Max.
Yeah, it's Mad Max attire, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, now I get
It's
it.
good stuff.
So
Like
basically,
post-apocalyptic.
another Tom Hardy movie.
Yeah.
Because he was in the new one. Okay, yeah, that'll be super dope. Yeah, Mad Max type of shit. Like, I love that kind of shit. Like that was even like in pro wrestling. It was like the Road Warriors. Like that was like where they got.
I
their
just
whole
love
thing.
that style, like rugged.
They had all these like fucking spikes. Like they had like
Yeah.
basically football pads with these big fucking spikes on them and shit. And they'd come out. The one dude had a mohawk. The other dude had like a fucking reverse mohawk. And it's like.
Like the masks too, that they
dude.
make. It's just it's good stuff.
Have
I
you ever
like it.
seen the Road Warriors, the wrestlers?
I know there's a Road Fury or Fury something.
Okay, here I gotta show you.
It's like these cars that are basically like racing each other, but it's like Mad Max style as well.
Okay, so check these motherfuckers out. Here they are. Oh, never mind. There you go. That's them. See the big fucking spikes and like yeah. That was like the coolest shit ever when we were kids. The fucking Road Warriors.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. So someone should do that. That's what I should do. Like I should go to a fucking EDM festival and then dress like the Road Warriors.
Dude, do it.
Yeah, I could see doing that. That'd be
You'd get a lot of chicks.
Oh my god, I would. Yeah.
You would.
Lately I've been getting a lot of like Wolverine comments, mostly because of the beard.
Yeah.
Like it's only because of the beard. Like they see that it's like I basically copied Wolverine, his beard, and that's like all I keep getting lately.
It's good though.
I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah, but
it's a good compliment.
But anytime you're dressing like Tom Hardy, that's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be Venom, then you're gonna be like Road Warriors the next night. You'll probably get hit on by a lot of chicks.
Yeah, but I'm taking.
But you got the girl. Yeah, that's true. Damn, dude. No, that'll be fun.
She's from the East Coast, so she will throw hands.
Yeah, so don't fuck with her, huh?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, she pretty cool. What's her name?
Her name's Tirza.
Tirza?
Tirza.
Tirza. Okay, that's dope. All right, shout out to Tirza. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. How long you guys been together?
It's still pretty fresh. We've been together for like almost 4 months.
Okay.
It's very fresh. So
but that's when
we're
it's
still
fun.
Getting to know each other. It's fun, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't have really much to add on. I don't want to share too much of my personal stuff, but yeah.
Well, right. We got to keep it business. Business casual. No, I'm just kidding. So what else has been new? What other cool shit you got going on?
Well, I just made a discovery.
Yeah.
Where I ended up purchasing like 10 motorcycles, and these are like fully electric bikes, beautiful bikes.
Electric bikes?
Yeah.
So like Tesla,
like Tesla bikes.
Like plug them in, okay?
Mm-hmm. Or you can charge them at your house because the batteries come off.
And you bought them as like a business opportunity, or?
Yeah. So they were on sale, so I decided, I can capitalize these.
Yeah.
Why not? Make
That's
an extra
smart.
$82K, you know? So I got them for dirt cheap, like cheap.
Yeah.
These bikes are worth, keep in mind, like $8,600 after shipping and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I got them for like, I think $2,300 for all 10.
Yeah, and so now you're gonna rent them out?
Actually, that's a good idea.
I was gonna say, can you do that?
That's a great idea.
I know I was talking to...
I was planning to just sell them, but...
Well, you could sell them and make a profit. I was gonna say, I don't know if they do something with bikes like Turo, like you know, you can rent your car out on that app Turo. It's like...
Oh, no, these are not like that, because they go like 80 miles per hour. You need a license.
You'd have to have a separate license? What?
A bike
license.
Yeah.
No shit. Okay,
like
so
a motorcycle license.
Okay, so it's not like something you can...
No, it's basically a real motorcycle, except that it's electric.
Right. Damn, that is dope. Are they pretty fun to drive?
Well, I don't know yet.
Oh, you haven't got them. I was going to say, and then how long does it take to charge them and everything?
3 hours.
Okay. And how long can you go on that?
I think they said 100 kilometers.
Okay.
That's how far, and you can go up to 84 miles per hour in them.
That'd be pretty dope. I bet it's like crazy how fast they go.
And they're on-road and off-road bikes.
And they're probably so quiet.
Quiet.
That's going to be the weird part,
Yeah,
right?
I've been seeing hella videos of people like in Europe using them, and I'm just like...
What are they called? Can we look up a video?
Sure. They're called Black Tea motorbikes.
Okay, Black Tea motorbikes. Let's check this shit out. Okay, Black Tea, like TEA.
Yeah.
No shit.
They're from Germany.
Yeah, they actually look really cool.
They're beautiful. They're
like classy
racer.
looking. Yeah, they look like really classy.
A lot of those bikes in that style that are like gasoline, they're 1970s, 1980s motorcycles, and they're carbureted, so they're a pain in the ass, in other words.
Wow, it's got such a dope look to it. Looks like something out of like a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's got that like classic looking. Yeah. Okay, that's sick. We'll maybe I can even put a picture of this in the when I post our video. That's pretty dope. Man, look at that. It is. They're clean. They're really
They're clean looking. I'm super confident I will sell those in less than 2 months.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the cafe racer community in the Pacific Northwest is so big.
Yeah, I feel like you could wear like a suit and drive that around and be like fucking James Bond type shit. Because it's just got a cool look
Wear
to
that
it.
Venom suit.
You could wear that Venom suit and drive around on that. That'd be super dope. Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what I actually bought one for myself too, because I'm very passionate about cafe racers. Always have been.
Right.
You know, I've always been about that rugged classic style. So I got myself one, and then Tears is getting 6 of them, and I'm trying to tell her to keep one.
Yeah.
Because it would be nice if she and I could just go out riding, together.
So basically, you're gonna buy a bunch. You guys sell them, but then you keep one each just to like go have fun with.
Yeah. So technically, she will probably get 7, and I'll probably get 11.
Okay.
I already got them. So.
You're just a businessman, damn. Just making all kinds of deals.
I'm just trying to make sure I can get my head above water.
Yeah. How's everything going with school?
Going good.
Okay, good. That's dope.
It's
Yeah.
tough, but it's good.
Yeah. How often do you go? Is that like every week?
Yeah, every week.
And then still working. Yep.
Yeah, and I graduate April, so almost there.
Dang, you're getting close.
I know.
Really? That's
ends of
coming right
April.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be exciting. And then it's like start a whole new chapter, basically.
Yeah, I'm ready to work in a dental clinic.
Yeah,
and
that's gonna be a whole new.
not deal with
adventure.
high schoolers.
Yeah, that's probably kind of gets old, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's been a different experience working in the Pacific Northwest compared to Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people here be petty as hell.
Some are. Yeah.
Like, you rub them the wrong way, they don't like you. Like, they will keep tracks on you to like eventually like
Hold a grudge.
hold a grudge and then use that as ammunition. It's like, dude, chill out. Like, we're all
Damn,
here to make a paycheck. We're all like, trying to get along here.
You just
know?
creating a bunch of enemies.
Me?
Yeah.
So with me, people
He's out there
either
fighting and shit.
people either really like me or really dislike me, and not to sound egotistical by any means,
Yeah.
I speak as humble as I can be. I feel like a lot of people tend to dislike me because either one, they see something in me that they don't see in themselves, or two, they're just unhappy with their life.
Most of the time when people don't like you, it's because they're unhappy with themselves.
Yeah, or they just see something that they wish they had that you have,
Oh, yeah.
and they try to bring you down to their level to make you feel shitty just as much as they do.
Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
lot of times people do that. They want, especially if you are somebody that has something or that's happy with yourself, like, or even like, like you got your Jeep and shit, it's pretty dope. Like, people get jealous of stuff. It's weird.
It is. It's like, oh, like, you have this Jeep and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, why do you have a Jeep like this expensive, but you live in a camper? And it's like, because it makes me happy. Like,
Right, and it's like they don't realize, most people don't realize that they could create the life they want too if they put some work in.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, like, you probably created your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you want it. That's why you like it.
yeah,
So, like, you've taken steps to make the life that you want happen. You didn't just, like, let life happen to you. You're like...
well, also improving as well, because,
Yeah. Well, so I mean, you're not letting life happen to you. You are taking charge of it.
yeah.
You're creating it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting in the work.
My
to,
little
like,
path and journey to happiness,
Yeah.
because I do want to, eventually when I get old, be able to just share all these experiences that I had, from living in a camper to where I've been, who I've
Yeah.
met.
It's like an adventure you're on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seriously, yeah.
I do plan like settling maybe when I'm 45 or something, when I've experienced like more.
So, like, this is the time to go out and have fun, like, and have all these
Have fun,
adventures.
do savings while also like improving as a person and
Yeah.
improving my career.
So,
And yeah,
are you somebody that you don't like to stay stagnant?
no.
You like to always change and get better and try to
Yes.
try to become the best version of you that you can. Yeah, that's cool. I try to do that too, but yeah, it's like I would never want it to be like 5 years from now I'm the same as I am right now. Like if I look back 5 years, I was different, or if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's times where I feel like I haven't accomplished much. We all get those days where we feel like,
definitely.
especially with how the last 2 years have been with COVID. But
But I think you're right. Certain times I feel like there's people that don't like that. You know what I mean? If you're somebody that's always like changing and trying, they want you to kind of either stay the same or like, especially if you meet them and you're both at a certain spot, and then you like decide to change and outgrow it, and you keep going, and then they're still back here and they're like, well, why aren't you like me anymore? You're like, well, I grew, like, sorry. It's not like you have anything negative to say about them. It's just like, I'm not that anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes people they don't like that though.
yeah,
And that's what you were talking about. I think they'll try to like suck you back down or like.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's usually how it is, and that's why I rarely really talk to many people and like create those friendships or strong friendships out here, because it's like I want to make sure that if I leave, it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna weigh me down. I don't want to get too attached.
Yeah.
With friendships, I'll talk to people and I'll go
But
out.
You've
with
created
them,
some good ones here,
oh
haven't
yeah,
you?
absolutely. Yeah, I have.
But I was gonna say, yeah, you're somebody that definitely, even with like the gym and trying to put on size and getting tattoos and stuff, like that's all like self-expression, right? Like self-creation. I feel like that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that today. Like it's like that's like the most like even we were talking about that yesterday about the one dude was like talking about how when he goes to the gym he likes to like dress up a certain way and he thinks about the clothes he's gonna wear and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, so do I. Like,
yeah,
it's
I
like
do.
it's like self-creation. Like,
yeah,
you're creating like who you want to be. Like,
I like my outfits to match.
Yeah, I want
with
to
my
like
headphones.
yeah, and like, well, yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So like, your headphones are gonna match your outfit, and you're not gonna wear like pants that don't match. Like, you're trying to create this like, it's kind of like look good, feel good, and it's like I feel like sometimes we get like self-conscious of that stuff, or like we're not supposed to care about that, but it's like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Self-care.
It's like self-care, and if you like feel good and you'll look good, you'll feel good, you feel good about yourself. I think that's good stuff. But yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, and he was like, I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't you want to try to like do that? You know? So what's your go-to gym outfit?
Lately it has been more like darker tones.
Yeah.
Like nude tones, so like this or a darker one or
I kind of like that vibe because you got the tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So then darker, it's like it fits. Yeah,
it fits
the
good.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Also with like my skin tone, like these colors look really good. So I always try to make sure I get outfits that also do a good contrast with my skin.
Yeah.
But
you know what's so wild too? Your tattoo is fucking Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure is.
And that shit is so dope. Did you see my neighbor's thing when you go out to leave?
The floaty?
Yeah, look at my neighbor's fucking Halloween. He basically has what
was that Oogie Boogie out there?
Yeah, Oogie
okay.
Boogie. Like basically your arm is in his front yard.
I didn't pay much attention to it.
That's my neighbor Nate. Shout out to Nate. That shit is so dope. His yard looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, with all the inflatables.
And he's
big
like he's a fucking hype man. If you ever want to like, you'd really get along with Nate. Him and his wife Jen. They're super cool. You would dig them. Like I know it's like hard to make friends here with the Seattle type.
Oh, dude, I'm down to hang out sometime.
But yeah, you would definitely get along with them. They're cool people. But yeah, he loves Nightmare Before Christmas. So
it's my childhood. Like I love Tim Burton.
What do you love about that movie?
The fact that it's like, it involves my two favorite holidays, which is Halloween and Christmas. So yeah, I mean.
They're both my favorite too, honestly.
And then the realization of like Jack Skellington, like he thought he was doing good, but reality was that he was doing more damage than he thought, and he came to like acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like it's
So it's a growing.
It's a growing, movie. It's
like the story he grew in the movie, and it's like you related to that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I think we've been talking a lot about movies and stuff on here, and like the value of like stories in our society, and like stories of like characters and how you look up to them, and it kind of can help shape your life, and like how it's actually a good thing, like the hero's journey type stories, and it makes you want to be a better person, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, what are some of your favorites, like movies and stuff?
My favorites, I mean, superheroes, definitely Spider-Man.
Yeah. And
That's
what is it
like-
about him?
He throws webs, bro.
Yeah.
Swings on
I
buildings.
mean, he is dope.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
I think I like all the Spider-Man's movies too.
The original ones are just definitely a little more better, but the Tom Holland ones are great. Honestly,
He's good.
he's the perfect Spider-Man, if you ask me. Like,
right.
Tobey Maguire's great too. He's my childhood one, so
He's
I
the
can't replace him.
OG,
He's
but
the OG.
definitely Tom Holland's awesome.
Tom Holland's good, and he's a good person too, as outside of the Spider-Man character.
Yep,
So-
and Zendaya.
Mm-hmm.
She was great in that fucking show. Euphoria.
Yeah,
Did you ever watch that?
I watched like 5 episodes, and
that
then
shit was crazy.
I got busy, so I'm like, damn it, I can't really play it, but I really
It was
wish I
good.
could finish it.
That shit was wild. Like,
Yeah?
Oh, that show. Didn't you remember seeing that shit? It was crazy.
I mean, the first 5 episodes, you vaguely remember them. It was like maybe
Yeah.
2 years ago, a year.
Right. I was just like, this is fucking wild. I was like, what am I watching?
I gotta watch it now because
Some
you said
crazy
that.
ass shit. Yeah, it was good. I think both seasons were good. The second season was definitely darker, like kind of more into the drugs and stuff, and it got pretty dark. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, pretty sad, but overall the show was awesome. And Zendaya was great in it.
She's a great actor. I personally, she's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
She's straight compared to a lot of other Disney.
Yeah, for
Actors.
up and coming actors, like she's definitely up there, and like that show definitely proved it. I would think for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that yesterday, like some of the greatest actors of all time. Like, if you had to pick, who are some of your top, it's like definitely Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale. For me, it's like Jack
Sandra
Nicholson.
Bullock.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
she's up there.
She was my woman crush, even though I was like 12. She was like in her 40s. It's like, man,
Dude,
she's
she
so hot.
still looks great.
She
too.
looks great. She's
like,
awesome.
I don't even think she ages.
I feel like the way she just acts is just so natural. Like it's part of her personality.
She's great. She's a great actor.
Yeah, not a movie goes by where I'm like cracking up when I see her and like she says some snarky comment in her characters. It's nice.
She's always like, she's been in some good movies too.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in a lot of romantic comedies though, which I'm not.
Action comedies too.
I should I try to watch. I just never been that into those romantic comedies.
You should watch The Heat. She's in it,
The
and
Heat?
then what's this other woman? She's really funny, a little bit bigger framed.
It's not the comedian.
Okay, now I gotta look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up on your phone. We got to figure this out. It's not what's her name. God damn. Yeah, there's so many good actors like Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Tom Hardy's probably my favorite, one of them.
Melissa McCarthy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Melissa
Yeah.
McCarthy. She's funny as fuck.
Her and Sandra Bullock together, fucking chaos. I love it.
Yeah, she's really funny. She's so good. She was like, I remember during like the Trump presidency, she was played like Sean Spicer, wasn't it? Like whoever the fucking, I can't remember. What was the dude's? It was like
Google search that.
yeah, I'm gonna look it up quick. Melissa McCarthy, because that was one of the funniest like SNL things in recent time. Because SNL is like not as good as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes it's okay, but that was fucking Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, Sean Spicer. She played Sean Spicer, which was hilarious. Have you ever seen that shit?
No. What's the movie called?
No, it's from SNL.
SNL.
He served as the press secretary, like Trump's first press secretary, and he was like crazy. And like, it's like, who would you think would play him? Like some guy on SNL, but they actually have Melissa McCarthy do it, which something about it made it even funnier. You know what I'm saying? Like that it was like her doing it. I don't know.
There's just some people that are like meant to make you laugh. Like
Yeah.
their life their purpose in life is to make you laugh.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, this shit was so funny, dude. Okay, there's an ad, of course, but I'll show you a little bit of it. Dunkin' Donuts. What's your thoughts on pumpkin spice stuff? Because I fucking love it.
Not my thing.
Not your thing?
But
You're like, bro, come on.
I'll do a matcha tea.
That sounds even better. Like, look at this shit.
Oh god.
Why is it so funny? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's some good shit. It's like,
It is.
That was some funny shit. Like, yeah.
Now I gotta watch that because
SNL gets some.
Finish it up.
They get some pretty perfect people to play certain politicians sometimes. Like when they had Larry David play Bernie Sanders, like that was fucking great. You know, I'm a huge Larry David fan too. So
yeah, I haven't really. I'm not much of a TV person. Like
I don't watch,
to an extent.
I watch like Netflix and shit, but like all these things that are on TV, I don't ever watch it on TV. It's always like I'll see it on like Instagram or like it's all like rehashed on social media.
Read TikToks.
So like
all that
anything
stuff.
that happens on TV, like I don't actually see it on TV anymore. I'll like see it scrolling, you know, because they'll share all of it. It'll
Yeah.
be like on Instagram later or like a YouTube or something, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll check this out, you know. So that's like the only way that I really stay in touch with even what's going on.
Yeah.
With any pop culture or anything like that. But yeah, otherwise I don't know. I mean, I'll watch like definitely some Netflix sometimes. Like have you seen anything like the Dahmer show or
I actually finished Dahmer. That was interesting.
I watched a few of them. I haven't finished it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, what did you think?
I think it was pretty good. I mean, they probably one of the most detailed background stories of a serial killer, and the fact that he was very like
Right,
okay talking about it.
Ethan here was here yesterday saying it was really good too, and I was like, because that actor that plays him is so good.
The actor was all right.
What's his name? He's in like all the
American Horror Stories.
Yeah, he's
I forgot
good.
his name too, but
He's pretty good.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I watched a few episodes of that Dahmer show, and I was like,
It can be a little disturbing.
I just kind of didn't want that energy in my life right now. So I'm like, I'm just gonna. It's like so dirty.
Yeah.
Like it's like the aesthetic of it. It's so like it's so grungy and nasty, and like, you know, he's like fucking tearing apart like roadkill and shit, and he's like always drinking like fucking
smoking
Bud
cigarettes.
Heavy and smoking cigarettes, and like the idea that the smell in his house, and think of all those beer cans, you know, beer cans, dead bodies. It's like, how did he get any dude? Like he would like pull these dudes from the gay bars like into his house, and then what? Like they just go in there, and it's like, man, it smells like rotten meat, and like did he have that much game? You know what I'm saying? Was his game like that good? Like, because the minute they go in, you'd be like, I'm out of here. This is fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, a guy bringing a girl over to his house, and, like, it almost has to be, like, a gay dude thing because they're so horny. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a girl would be like,
fuck this.
Go in there and be like, this is disgusting. Gross.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. You're drinking beer, and it smells like fucking rotten meat in here.
Has to consider, too, like, a lot of those people that were in the bars, that probably were drunk out of their minds.
Right, you probably are. And then he would drug them,
And then
too.
he would drug them, too.
So you're already a little drunk. The guy was kind of charismatic, so you think he's like, okay, kind of good-looking dude. You get to the house, and by the time you realize something's off, it's already too late because he's kind of got the door blocked. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, I remember that first episode, the dude that was in there, he was like, you know, like, he started realizing shit was off. But it was like, the guy's bigger than him, and he had, like, a knife and shit, and it was like, and then he slipped something in his drink, and it's like...
Or, like, the child, the 14-year-old's like, dude, that's so fucked.
That was fucked up. But he got away too, right?
He got away with it too.
Wait, no, he killed a 14-year-old?
Yeah, eventually.
See, I remember I watched the part where the initial dude, like, gets out. Like, he drugs him and he's going to kill him, but somehow he gets the strength to, like, fight him off, and he gets to the door and he goes and tells the cops, and the cops are like, oh, black guy, we better shoot him, you know? And then they're like, oh, wait, he's, like, telling us the truth. And they go there and they find those pictures and they arrest him, like, the beginning.
That sounds like that last episode.
Well, that was, like, the beginning of the show.
That is the beginning of the... I do remember that. There's, like, a little recap of
and
what
then it
exactly
goes probably
happened.
to the end, too. I do have to finish it, even though it's so off-putting.
It's really good.
It's just well done. It's like I gotta finish it, but
I do recommend it. It's a good show. However, I do believe that like shows that are that detailed, they can influence people, because you know those kinds of energies, like you said earlier, like you don't want that kind of energy. It's like those energies can transfer and make you feel certain emotions. You know, with how our social media is right now, it's trying to brainwash people. A lot of propaganda. Mm-hmm. I do think that a lot of these shows are intended to make you feel a certain way. So I try to like separate that, but I know a lot of people can't.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
No, I totally get your point.
It becomes like a normalized thing, or people romanticize it, and it's like, that's not okay. Like, this person killed a bunch of people and like a minor.
Right. It's like
and raped them too.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you get a totally healthy, normal person could see it for what it is, and even have like find a little fun in it. Like even maybe like for Halloween,
a little thriller, yeah.
Like they dress up like Dahmer and they joke around, and it's like funny. But they're like a healthy, normal person, so they can like do that. You know, it's kind of like why Halloween's fun. It's like you get to like get in touch with like those like kind of twisted, like fucked up things. But like you're a healthy person, so you like know that it's just for fun. It's a joke. But then there's some people like like you said that probably can't separate that, and then like
they allow it to like influence them, and that's what's
they
scary.
Almost see him like a hero type of character or something, and then it is wild when people get into that kind of shit.
Yeah, there's an episode, not gonna spoil it all for you, but there is an episode where like, I mean this a bunch of people are just basically writing letters to him like, I'm your fan and all this stuff. Or like saying good job and all that. It's like, wild. Dude, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Well, that's like whenever there's like some murderer dude in prison, he's always got tons of like girls that are interested in him, like writing letters or like
especially if they're like attractive.
And shit.
There was this teenager that like killed a family. Like I think it was 2 kids and the mom. He was speeding in a race car. He was basically just drag racing, and he went to prison, and you know. Put him in parole, this and that, and a lot of people were messaging because he was really cute, like he was an attractive guy, and the entire social media just blew up, and they were like, "Oh, you need to let him go. He's too cute to be in jail." This and that. It's like, dude, he just killed a mom and like its children.
Isn't that wild that like we have such a weird relationship with like attractiveness and looks? That, like, if someone's attractive... We live in a
superficial society now.
We will, like, basically brainwash ourselves to think they're a good person.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you'll hear that they did something bad or whatever, but it's like, wow, they're too good looking. I can't. Let them out.
It's a sad truth, but that's, like... I feel like our society is, instead of progressing, like, true equally progressing, it's regressing, and it's, like, in a toxic way.
You think it's regressed since when, though? Because I was going to say, I don't feel like it's that... I feel like it's probably gotten better in a sense.
It's gotten better where people are more considerate.
Yeah.
You know, people actually have a little more empathy. But in terms of, like, social status, you know...
That stuff's at an all-time high.
You got to have money. You got to, like, you know, be good looking. You got to have...
We were talking about that, like, certain people, like... probably won't even hang out with other people unless they have a certain like follower number on Instagram and shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't know about this stuff until I moved up here.
It's probably definitely more here, and like I'm sure it's even crazier in LA
or New York.
I bet LA's a lot of clout chasing type of stuff. Oh, yeah, because when you're from a smaller town like where you were from, and then like where I was from, like there's always like the idea of fame and stuff, but it's not like, and there's like some small town kind of like, you know, cliques or like these people, you know, are like the, the bigwigs in town, and they only get along with other people that go to the golf course or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, definitely when you move to a city like this, you can notice that kind of stuff.
It's really obvious.
It's pretty wild,
So,
right?
like, to me, I don't really pay much attention to it. It's like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
It's like, if you're cute, that's a plus. If you're a good person, great, but...
Yeah, or you can try to be both,
Yeah, superficiality is just, like, up the roof out here, I feel like, but...
You think it's a lot out here?
Yeah, a lot, but it's okay, we all have our likes and dislikes.
Right.
I do think, though, like, the expectations I have of someone else are expectations that I apply to myself. I feel like a lot of people don't match that.
Right. So that's like something that's not important to you, basically.
It is to me, like...
No, I mean, like, that kind of stuff isn't important to you. Like, you're like cloud and all that kind of shit. Like, that's not something that matters to you. That's not part of your values.
I just care to go outdoors and hike and
Yeah.
work out, stay with my friends. And
Right. It's not a
just
value.
live life and do experience as many things as you want to experience. That's part of life.
And kind of like be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best case thing is like just people who are willing to just be themselves, and not worry about. I mean, I think everybody kind of worries about what other people think.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Anxiety's a bitch.
Yeah. But I think it's like if you're just yourself, that's when people like you the most,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so that's our PSA message out there to the youth today.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. It's an Audio Slave song.
But don't be a dick.
Be yourself, even if you're a dick. Just keep being yourself. No, there was that Audio Slave song, Chris Cornell, one of my favorite singers. It's a Be Yourself. That's like a perfect song.
What's it go like?
It's like be yourself is all that you can be, or be yourself is all that you can do, I think. It's be yourself is all that you can do. It's a great song.
Good voice.
Oh, that's not even trying. I used to play that shit on guitar.
I miss playing guitar. It's been a hot minute.
I got my guitar out there. Maybe afterwards you can try to play it.
Sure.
Yeah, what did you play?
My fingers might bleed, but sure.
Oh, mine would too. They're so like when I play
so
a lot.
Soft.
When I play a lot, my fingers get all these big calluses on the end, but like they're definitely out of shape. I've been playing a little bit, but not a lot. What did you used to play? I didn't know you played guitar.
Acoustic electric. Instrument-wise, I played trombone for 4 years, and
that's where the name on Instagram comes from.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that was... I never changed that name.
Is that like when you started your Instagram and you just kept it?
Yeah, when I started it like 8 years ago, so I never removed the name.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I always wondered what the fuck, where did that come from?
Marching band geek.
I'm like, okay, he's likes trombones. I don't know. Yeah. Like,
That's funny.
Marching band, yeah.
Yeah, I did marching band for 4 years throughout my high school. It was honestly like... That shit kept me sane from like going bonkers.
What did you enjoy about it?
Just like the community, the people.
Yeah.
We're all weird. We're all cool.
Right, I
like,
remember.
We're all ourselves. It's nice.
Yeah, I remember in high school, like the band kids were always pretty dope, and some of them ended up being like really good musicians.
The cheerleaders loved us.
Oh yeah.
It was good stuff.
Yeah. Were you into the cheerleaders too?
Not really.
Not really. Some of them.
They
maybe.
were all over us. It's really funny, but.
I think cheerleaders loved them, like especially if you played on the drum line and shit.
Oh yeah, percussion.
Those dudes on the percussion, they were always the ones that got all the chicks,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Aside from trombone, I also did trumpet for a little bit.
Yep.
Wasn't working.
Why not? Just couldn't get into it.
Well, I always had when I was a kid, my face was smaller and I just had big ass lips.
Yeah, so it's hard to play.
Yeah, and then my director was like, "We have a black guy playing trombone, trumpet." He's like, "You can play it. He's got big lips." And like,
what the fuck? That's what they said.
Director was like, "This
Holy
guy
shit.
is an African American male with big lips, and he plays trumpet. There's no excuse."
I feel like
for you." And
that's
I'm
like
"Nah,
something
bro."
you're not allowed to say.
Well, we didn't really think much of it. We're all Hispanic.
But back then,
you know?
I suppose it was like, yeah, whatever.
Back then, it wasn't like a huge deal.
Yeah.
Even the black guy was like, yeah, Caspian, you know?
He's like, why can't you play this
Like,
shit?
yeah, he's like, you see my lips?
He's like, come on, you're
And
not trying hard
He was
enough.
a great player, though, I'll tell you that much. He was our trumpet one, our lead, and he was great.
Is that like you have to create such a thin, like to play that, right? Because it's not like, because I remember blowing in like the tuba.
You have to tighten your lips.
It's like a tight, yeah.
Yeah, with trombone, it's more like a...
Oh, yeah, it's like... I vaguely remember some of that band shit. Like, I remember clarinet. I think I played a clarinet for a minute and a tuba.
Props on you, because I cannot play clarinet.
Because the clarinet had that little wooden reed in there.
Yeah.
You wanted to get that one that had like a flavor on it or some shit, like mint flavor.
What?
No, I don't know. I don't remember. I think I made that up. I don't even think that was
I don't think that's a thing.
I was gonna say I don't think it was either.
But that would be cool, though. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's like I want my clarinet to have, because I remember the wood thing. I'm
Tastes
like,
like pine.
It needs a little mint flavor on there, like some gum or some shit. Yeah, I never was in the band. Like, I just didn't like it. I was like,
it's not for everyone,
Yeah.
but it's fun if like you're accepting of like weird people.
is that why you liked it? It was kind of like the Misfits group, or
We had like all kinds of people. We had like the poshy people. We had like the emo kids. We had the geeks or
Yeah.
like the obsessed musically inclined people.
like basically music nerds. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we just had the weird ones that were just creating chaos and playing
Yeah.
sexual songs because they could do that.
Yeah, I feel like drama students, musical student, they're always like the most freaky that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were always like the most wild with that kind of shit. Yeah. No, for sure. I feel like that's what pro wrestling was like for me. That was like you found all the weirdos kind of, like in a good way. Like they're all.
In a good way.
Yeah, it was like just this group. Because pro wrestlers are like probably some of the most, I would say, accepting people of all different kinds of people. You know what I mean? Because I think they are misfits in their own sense.
We had a chick wrestler in our school.
Yeah.
And she was competing against dudes.
Yeah, how did that go?
She kicked ass.
She did good? Yeah, it's hard to be...
Don't remember her name, but...
I think there was certain female wrestlers for sure. We had like a girl that was in our jiu-jitsu class too, and I think it had to be hard because it's like there wasn't enough females to really compete with her. So like she would just, this was like just a jiu-jitsu class, so it wasn't like there were real matches or anything. But yeah,
I've seen those memes of like, there's this guy kind of just instructing in the jiu-jitsu class, and then in the back you see this woman throwing this guy across the room. And I was like,
I know some pretty badass martial art girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we just had that that Muay Thai guy here, Master Sohan, and that was pretty interesting. That was a crazy interview because he does not speak English, so it was like there was a whole language barrier, and we had a translator, and
oh, that's cool. At least you had a translator.
yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, she did a good job. It was still hard to like, but so we ended up talking a lot about like just pop culture shit again, like movies and shit, same stuff, like Marvel stuff and everything, and it was wild. Turns out he's Team Jacob, from Twilight. So
that movie.
That was like that was
Horrible.
the funniest thing. Yeah, I didn't think those movies were good either. My mom
Actually,
loved them.
New Moon was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I should rewatch them.
But
It was so funny because when I was like, I remember, this is when those movies were kind of first coming out, and I was working as a welder in a welding shop. So like I built trailers, and then I moved over to this other section where we built like the toolboxes. So this is all aluminum welding, like so TIG welding and stuff like that. So I'm like
heck yeah.
making these toolboxes and everything, and I was stationed right next to my boss, who was like, he was like the manager of that section, the toolbox section, and he was like he was in his 50s at the time, I believe, and so it's like another like similar to this Master Sohan, this guy that's got 88 fights, 70 some wins, 40 some knockouts in Muay Thai and boxing, total badass.
Jeez.
And you find out that he's like a fucking Twilight fan, and he's like Team Jacob. He's like, I like Jacob. And I'm like,
cute.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, I get it. He takes his shirt off. He never puts it back on. I get it. Team Jacob. But
Love it.
It's so funny, but so I was next to my boss at this welding place, and he was obsessed with those movies. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you're like 50-year-old man, and you're like obsessed with it. So it surprises you sometimes who's into, because like the stereotype of that you would think is like that's something like females like. It's Twilight. My mom likes it. It's like it always blows my mind.
My sister and my mom love it. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's the second movie. I can say it's pretty good, but like the rest of them, terribly written.
But now that I'm talking shit about it, I'm like, I want to go back and watch it. I want to go back and watch all of them. Just see like fucking, because I love Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that movie.
What, did you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, it was a really good movie for Batman.
I thought it was too. I thought it was overall just an amazing movie in general. A lot of people thought it was too long. I think those people are fucked in the head.
Agreed. It
wasn't too long. It was
never
great.
too long. Pun intended.
It was no, especially when you're talking about Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah. No, it was pretty good.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. That shit was dope.
It's good stuff.
I fucking loved it. I was like, kept listening to the soundtrack and shit.
And I really like how they kept the gothic style of the movie, right? Because that's what Batman is, right?
They went back to it being dark, and I think the casting was really good.
I think they did it much more darker on this new one, other than the other ones. Like, this one's by far the most gothic one, and I really like that. They kept it as original as possible. So
it was pretty fucking awesome. I'm a big fan of that movie. Actually, there's I got the Batmobile right there, the little Lego Batmobile from that movie. Yeah. So, anyways, what's have you been training lately at Body Shop?
Yeah, I have. There are days where, like on Mondays, I'll usually go to my girlfriend's apartment place and work out just because all the way to North Bend.
And then you can kind of hang out with her too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And does she work out there too?
Yeah, not at Body Shop. She works out
at the apartment.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I never really hardly see you at Body Shop anymore.
I come in weird times. Sometimes I'll be there at 5, sometimes right at 8.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just have enough time to work out for 20 minutes.
Yeah, just because you're so busy, I suppose, right now.
Yeah. Once school's over, though, I'm good.
Once you make all that money from selling those bikes.
That too.
Life's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it'll definitely help me get my head above water and pay off 100% of all my debts, be able to send my mom some money, invest in real estate.
That's huge. Yeah. That's always the thing they say. If you can basically help your parents out, that's the biggest flex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not having the car yourself. It's being able to buy your parents a fucking home or something. That's when you really made it. If you can.
So once I complete my dental assistant classes, I'm planning to take it further and get my dental hygienist license. That's a 2-year schooling course.
Mm-hmm.
So once I get that, I perhaps might move back to Arizona.
Yeah.
I really miss it.
I don't blame you. I always kind of feel
I miss the people out there. They're great.
I feel like eventually I'll move back to Iowa. You know what I mean? That's where my family is. Right now, I just love it out here so much. It's I got so much good stuff going on that it's
I love the nature. The few good rare gems that I meet of people, they're worth staying for. And, also there's a lot of opportunity in Washington.
That's the thing. There's so much opportunity here. And then it's actually through doing this podcast, I've been able to meet so many cool people. So that's one good thing about it for sure.
Yeah. In Washington State, if you have nothing, you can, if you're from a different state and you have nothing, you come here, you have a chance.
Yeah.
So,
because there's so much opportunity.
There's so much of it.
I think
so
so
too. A lot of money,
you
can
get a good job, and there's a lot of opportunity for opportunities to make money here. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many years have you been here now?
Since 2017.
Yeah, same. That's when I moved here.
Yeah.
2017.
May 5th of 2017.
And then how long do you think it took you to basically, because it took me 2 years to kind of feel at home here, I feel like. You're kind of you still don't feel at home?
I still don't feel like it's my home just because my home is where your community is.
And that's like your family, friends back home.
Yeah, like people that I grew up with, and also like you can approach strangers and just talk to them, and they'll just
Yeah,
have a
we were talking about that
conversation.
last time when I had you on, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's just so much easier to talk to people. I feel like people here just try to avoid you. Like, hey, how's your day going? You talking to me?
there's a lot more people that are. Yeah, there's a lot more like individuality here, probably. Or
Yeah, like everyone's out for their own selves, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
I think that's something to do with cities.
I heard.
I don't know.
I don't know though, because Phoenix is not like that.
Right.
But Phoenix is a small city, so.
Well, they say there's that thing like the Seattle freeze here, so it's whether
Yeah.
if you believe it or. So I've been lucky, I think. I think I've been lucky because I think I have noticed it, and I mean, I definitely have like. I mean, I've definitely thought people are different here for sure.
I do think it circles back to how superficial people are.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with like, oh, I'll talk to you if you're attractive, kind of thing.
So that's why I'm having a good time here. No, I'm
Probably. Like,
JK.
I consider myself pretty attractive and stuff, but
I was gonna say, yeah, you should have no problem with that then.
with men, I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
With women, it's a little different.
What's that like?
I don't know. Like, what do you mean?
Like, what's the problem with women? It's like they get like
too many expectations.
Yeah.
That they can't even set on themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's been a big one, and then like.
If you kind of have your shit together, like you said, certain people don't like that, or.
That
Yeah.
or
if you're somebody that's like very.
Or if you can't financially provide for them, they're like, no thanks.
Oh, so they want rich people. Well, I mean, I think women want
or
yeah.
financially stable, and it's like, who the hell is financially stable at like age 25?
But also, you kind of are in a sense. Like, think about that. Like, how hard you work and everything.
At a compromise, though.
But it's like you had to make compromises to live here because it's so expensive to live here.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. I think a lot of women are just looking for like, I mean, they're just looking for a guy with money. Like, it's
and
like,
I'm sure there's a lot of dudes that are doing the same thing, but I feel like it's mostly women in my experience.
But so if you're a dude that's like wants to find like actual real love, then yeah, like I think a lot of women they're just gonna be looking for, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you've had some experiences, I imagine.
Yeah, sure have.
With different, yeah.
I try not to let that cloud me, though. You know, I have met a lot of good people. Unfortunately, all those good people were taken. So it's like, well.
So for dating, it's like hard. Yeah. I definitely think there's pressure as a male to be able to like financially, and not just like we're both like doing okay, but like they want somebody that's like.
I didn't realize that until I started transitioning and I
Yeah.
started being perceived as a male.
Oh, there's so much different rules for men.
It's different. I actually it got to a point. It's like,
all your value as a man comes from like if you can provide, protect, and like
because that's how it's always been.
Basically, provide value.
Yeah, like how valuable are you for me to be with you?
Yeah.
And when, you know, knowing my background and like I'm trying to make it, but as a guy and trying to like get a relationship start or kickstart in the stage that you're in, nearly impossible because
it's like I feel like you either have to become successful first, and then you have to wonder like when you meet somebody if they only like you because of your success, or you got to find a girl who's like wants to build something with you, and that's gonna be with you from the bottom, from like your lowest point to the point when you're super successful.
Yeah, and
if you find that, dude, that's
tough as nails to find, though. But it's out there.
It's out there. I believe in it.
I do believe it's out there
because I've seen it. I've seen people that do it, where they start dating and they create a life together. Like that's kind of the dream.
I do know there's people out there like that. Unfortunately, the people that they're with aren't the same.
Yeah.
So it becomes a one-way street, right? So. You know, if it's a two-way street, that's rare, but that's awesome if that's a two-way street because, you know, you both struggle together, grow together. Yep. You know, nothing comes easy in this life. Anything that's worth living for doesn't come easy.
That's kind of all. That's like all I would want right now. I'd have to find somebody that wants to like build something successful with me, like, because I don't have time.
Yeah.
Like right now, like I'm at the gym every day. I work 4 days a week at the bar, and then I do the podcast twice a week, and I'm like working on being a personal trainer. Like I don't have time. Like I've had to turn down a bunch of people because it's like I just don't have time for like kid stuff anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like I need somebody that wants to get serious about like, building a life or something, or that's all. I mean, I can't do this fuck around shit anymore.
Yeah, or like pettiness, like, oh, you're spending too much time with, like, you're not spending too much time with me or stuff like that. It's like, dude, chill. Like,
oh, like I can't put up with that right now. Like I am way too fucking busy now. Like I have to there's so much shit I have to do. If I had somebody like that was like that, I'd be like, I see ya.
Yeah, I'll get lucky if I get like 2 full days with my girlfriend, because sometimes 9 times out of 10 I'll be picking up OT on the weekends for like 6 hours.
But she has to know that that's what you're doing is you're building your future.
Yeah, and she totally respects that, which is nice. She gets it.
Because you have to be selfish with that kind of stuff. There's just like...
Yeah, my previous relationship taught me that I can't compromise my individual self for the relationship.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was like a stupid Instagram meme again, but it's like they're always like, I see all these Instagram memes all the time that are like fucking inspiring me and shit, which is so funny that's where like you get inspiration.
Or the life quotes.
It's true though. It's like it was something like I don't want somebody that's gonna like compromise their goals for me, and I'm not gonna compromise my goal. It's like we're going to both have our own goals, and we're going to go after them and support each other. And if it's not that, then I don't want it. Like, that's what I feel like. So, like, I'm not compromising shit.
Yeah, like, there's so many partners that get upset for, like, the other one trying to get ahead. And it's like, dude, or...
Like, you're not spending enough time with me.
That,
it's
or
like,
it's
no,
like...
I'm fucking doing my thing. Like, I'm going to go to the top. I'm not going to fucking... Like,
that or... Like,
I am going to get somewhere in my life, and if you're trying to stop me, then you're just another one that's against me.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you try to be a good partner, and tell a partner like, hey, you need to focus on these things that you need to do to get ahead.
Yeah.
Because
well, then maybe they're not the right partner for you.
Yeah, like when you're continuously doing that, they feel like they're being attacked or like you're being
Preach
a parent
that,
to
or
them.
Like, yeah.
It's like, dude, no, like I want to grow with you, and it's like you're either with me or against me, like you said, because it's like that was the goal, right? To grow together.
See, that's what
as individuals and as a couple. So it's like.
So you need somebody that's on the same page as you with that, like, because I feel that way too. Like, if
that's
it's
okay being pushed, to.
Well, I want
better.
them to push me too.
Yeah,
like, if
exactly.
I'm slipping, if I'm fucking up, I want you to tell me I'm fucking up. You're being lazy.
Yeah.
Like, Nick, you're being lazy. You're getting off your goals again. You're not fucking. Where it's like, if I'm like right now, I'm doing all this bodybuilding stuff. It's like. Dude, you're not on your meal plan. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be eating that. That's not part of your... Like, I want somebody that's going to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, fucking keep me on my fucking
That's
goals.
how I like it, too. It's like, I'd rather have a partner to tell me what's going on so I can just
like,
fix it.
You're going to drink tonight? Like, no, that's not... You're not supposed... That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I want somebody that's going to, like, push me to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, I don't fucking want it.
And they got to be okay with me doing the same. It's like, I want to be pushed to being the best version of myself that I can be. But you also need to be okay taking the criticism as well, the constructive criticism. Like, hey.
So it's like you want somebody that is going to be honest with you and wants you to be honest with them.
Yeah. Trust.
That's what I want to.
Trust and commitment. It's having the choice or making that choice every day to be with that person, because love, I believe that love is not just a feeling, it's a choice. Right?
Yes, and you choose it every day.
You choose it every day.
So you got to be really sure about that person, I think.
Yeah.
Right, because I agree with you. I've talked to a lot of couple friends of mine, like, that are great couples, and they've been married, like, numerous years, and I always, like, wonder, like, because I have these certain couples that I idolize. You know what I'm saying? Like friends of mine that it's like, damn, they got a really cool thing going. And, you'll talk to them about it, and it's like, they'll even say that, like, it's not like it is, like, at the beginning of a relationship when it's, like, fucking, you're just, like, totally into each other, the honeymoon phase, you, like, totally in love with each other, you're crazy, it's all you can think about, you just want to text all the time. Like, that doesn't last.
No.
So you have to commit to something beyond that, I think. Like you said, just choosing them over. And then it's going to go through, ups and downs throughout where, like, you're totally into each other, totally in love. You can't keep your hands up. And then there's going to be times when you kind of drift apart. This is, like, all coming from friends of mine that have been married for...
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like sometimes you feel more distant, and then you kind of come back together. But you always hold on to that little thing that keeps you together, basically.
I mean, that's what kept me from breaking up from my 4-year relationship. I made the choice to stay. There was times where I was like, man, like, I was like, maybe I could do better, but I made the choice to stay with that person because I wanted to grow with that person. I was committed to them.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna go find someone better. I've already struggled with you, experienced all these things with you.
Yeah.
Might as well stay and continue to grow more as a couple.
That's what they say now. The issue is with all these dating apps and stuff. It's like we have way too many options.
Too many options.
So it's like you never really feel committed to any one person because you're talking to like 10 people at a time. And if you open one of your apps, there's like 20 more. And it's like, how do you choose just one person,
So it's like, like the minute you don't like something about this person, you can just copy it to the other one.
This other person's making me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
So it's like I got this one that I'm like talking to, and it's like, oh, they're not making me feel good today. So I'm just gonna open the app and like talk to somebody that's telling me I'm the shit. You know what I mean? It's like your ego. It's too easy to like.
It's too easy to boost.
Go find validation or boost your ego again. It's like, whereas if you just if you stick with the one person and could grow with them, I feel like that would be the best.
Yeah, I think so. Perseverance too, like keeping your relationship, not talking outside to other people, because you never know. Like
right, that shit's got to be tough, right? Like I think about that. Like if I got in a serious relationship, I would have to like delete, Tinder, just like no more talking to anybody else. Like you'd have to kind of like make it.
I'm open to, like, actually right now I have Tinder, but I do it for friendships, right? I have a picture of my girlfriend, stuff like that. It's like,
so people know
that I'm taken,
right.
But
I mean, people do use Tinder for that.
Yeah, but the fact that there's so many options, indeed. Like, I feel like that definitely makes it hard for people to commit now into relationships.
Oh, I think so, big time. I think it's like, I don't know. It was probably different back, like, the times, like, when our parents...
There was no cell phones.
There wasn't cell phones, and you would just, like, find somebody in your hometown and basically, like, hey, I love you, me too. And then it's like, the next thing you know, you got kids.
Yeah.
So, like... By the time they were 21, they already had a kid and a house.
Or like she was one of the few females that like, or males that were in town that you actually found attractive. You just go for it. So,
right, because it probably was. Yeah, like there was only so much for you to choose from like your dating pool.
Like I'm not gonna risk this. I'm gonna stay here. It's a safe spot.
This is the best thing going here. Like she's the hottest girl in this town. Like I'm not gonna, right?
Or the hottest dude. Yeah.
Or the hottest dude in this town. That's like. Yeah, I suppose it was different back then.
Yeah, definitely feel it's the reason why, like, there's so many failed relationships in our generation now.
I think so. There's just so many options.
Lack of communication, too, and, like...
And what's the incentive to, like, stay with somebody?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, when you do have all those options, it gets to be, I suppose, like, well, what's my incentive? Like, I can just go find someone else. Like, so the minute you hit a rough patch, you know what I'm saying? Like in the old days, like, you didn't have all those other options. So if you hit a rough patch, you didn't want to lose your person. Nowadays, people probably like they hit one little rough patch and they're just like, see ya.
Yeah.
Which isn't right. It's not good, but it's like probably what people do,
Oh yeah, people do that out here.
Because it's just too convenient. It's too easy.
Yep. All the options.
Yeah. All of them. I don't know. Yeah. It's wild. I always think of that, like, God, could I like be ready to start a family and shit? Like, I probably could.
Probably.
Because I've already done all the fun shit.
You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that last time? Before this remake?
Yeah, we probably did. I believe in that. You can, kind of like the power of manifesting things. Yeah.
The power of manifesting it.
Like, imagine if you didn't use that, like, you would never have become who you are right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to, it's kind of what I said earlier, like, creating yourself, like, you get to create the life you want.
Yeah, one of the things my mom would always tell me was, if you want it that bad, work for it.
Mm-hmm. Go actually put effort in.
You're gonna make effort for it because, well, first of all, we were poor, so it's like you have no other choice but to work your ass off for it, you know. But
do you think that's what makes you so like ambitious with certain things?
Yes.
Is because you know what it's like to be poor.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So it makes you appreciate like the value of having something.
That and like gifts, right? Or just you buy things for people. Well, I guess it's gifts, or you buy furniture for your place where you're living with your partner, right?
Yeah.
When I get things like that are not just for me but for my other person, there's intention.
Yeah.
There's meaning.
You kind of like appreciate the value of things.
Yeah, and it's like, call it materialistic if you will, you know, but when I have something that I like, there's been intention to achieve it, you know.
And you put a lot of work and effort into achieving it.
Love, work, and passion.
So you're going to appreciate it and take care of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like your Jeep.
Yeah. I mean, when I got the Subaru 2020, this was before I got this one, for 2 years, I would detail it every week.
Yeah.
Inside and
That's a
out,
lot.
door jams. When I went to trade it in, they were like, this is the most well-preserved 2-year car. Usually they have like mold in the freaking door jams. Like, this is really clean. It looks like it's still brand new.
Right.
And they're like, this is great. And they gave me
you did it every week.
Yeah.
Did you detail it yourself or take it somewhere?
I detail it myself. I used to be a detailer.
Damn, how much would you charge?
It depends on the condition of the car.
I'm like, I really want to get my my vehicle detailed because like I've had it about a year. And then, like you said, it's like, I mean, I clean it, but it's like hard to keep it. I want it to stay like it was when I got it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna try to find a place to take it and get it detailed.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is, isn't it?
They charge like $100 an hour, or like $300, I think.
Damn. I think I gotta find a cheaper place than that.
If you need help, I can help.
Yeah, I think I know a place too, but yeah, maybe I'll hit you up for that because it's like, I don't know, when you're making a car payment and shit, it's like you want to keep that thing nice. It's like,
Yeah, I'll clean this one too.
Yeah.
Every week, it looks brand new.
Right. It's weird when I used to have like beater cars, I did not take care of them. You know, like this $1,000. Now that I'm making like a car payment and I like actually have a vehicle that's halfway decent, it's like so different. It's like you have this incentive to keep it nice.
Yeah, because you're working for it to be paid off.
Yeah, and you want to keep it pristine, you know, like, and it's like the first time you have something valuable too.
In case you ever want to sell it, like it's in good condition, right? That's
I
what
do
you have
because
to
I want
see
to
it.
get something even better.
Yeah. What do you want to get?
I want to get like a Ford Raptor.
Hell yeah.
Just be cocky as fuck.
The wide one or the thin one? Because there's like two types of Raptors. There's one that's like really wide, doesn't even fit in the car washes, or it's like an average size Raptor.
I don't know. I think I'd have to look.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it. I like the new Broncos too.
Dude, yes.
You like them? I think they look sick.
Not the 4-doors.
Yeah.
Just like the 4-door Wrangler, not a fan. But the 2-door Wranglers and the 2-door Broncos. Yeah. I actually thought about getting a Bronco with the Sasquatch package. So it's like literally
Let's look that up.
Same features as my Wrangler, just 35-inch tires from the factory, aftermarket suspension. And I want it, but
what was the package you were trying to get?
It's just called the Sasquatch package.
The Sasquatch? Mm-hmm. Let's check this shit out.
Then put Army Green. You'll get to see the color.
Army Green. Let's check this.
It's beautiful.
Check this shit out. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that is.
Right?
Damn. I see what you mean.
Yeah. I've always been an Army Green kind of guy, so it's like, that's what I would get.
I see what you mean. The 2-door definitely. I don't mind the 4-door, but
And impressively, the Broncos have, like, the two doors are very spacious compared to the Wranglers. Like, they're more wide. And the seating, like where the dashboard is, it's just like more cleaner, more spacious. You actually have room to move around along with the back end. Wranglers are super tight, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love mine.
Fuck yeah. Well, you love your Jeep.
Yeah. Yeah, Broncos are sweet.
They really are. The new one's super dope. Yeah, I don't know. God, I just wish I was rich. Fuck.
Yeah, they're expensive. That's
Son
another
of a
thing why I was like, you know what? I don't think it's worth it. Because they're like, if you get a base model with the Sasquatch package, so it's literally the base trim with just 35-inch tires and a suspension. And
Yeah.
so just with that, it's like $47K. That's
Okay.
the base model. That's not even like
Yeah.
the one above, like the Big Bend or, you know,
Yeah.
what else? Which one? Wild Track. It's like, yeah, it's not
I
worth
feel like
it.
for you, it'd be super cool because of all the outdoor shit you like to do.
If I do get one, it would probably be a base model Sasquatch package. But
Yeah. I could see you.
Gotta have
I
money.
could see you in one of those.
Yeah.
I bet within a couple of years you'll have.
maybe. Depends
something,
if the real estate investment goes good.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you soon. You'll be just fucking rich, just driving a new vehicle.
I just want to be financially comfortable.
married
With the RV that I was telling you that I wanted to get, that's another reason why I didn't want the Sprinter, because I actually plan living in that RV for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm not planning to buy a house or be tied down to an apartment lease. I'm going to live off of that.
I feel like that's smart. Why not?
I'll show you pictures.
Well, it's kind of what you
They're
were talking
very
about.
luxurious on the inside.
Yeah, look that shit up. But that's kind of like what you were saying about you want to do all the fun, adventurous stuff now,
Yeah.
and then eventually, you know
Settle
what I mean?
eventually, yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
Especially with like the way the economy is, I don't want to be paying $2,000 a month. That's like 50% of my income.
Not right now. This is the time. And then, like, when you get older, you can chill out. And I think people stay, like getting old now is, like, different than it used to be. You know what I mean? Like,
More stressed.
no, I feel like 60 and 70 are younger than they used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I think that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, it is. And I'm getting a corgi.
You gonna get a dog?
I've made up my mind. I'm like, I want a
Why do you want a corgi so bad? Are
Because they got cute butts.
Yeah, they're like little wiggle
Yeah.
butts.
They float.
Yeah, corgis are really nice. They're super friendly.
They're smart. That's another thing too. Like I
like
want a
that show
smart dog.
Cowboy Bebop. There was a show Cowboy Bebop, and there's like a corgi, like a magic corgi on it. Like it has superpowers or some shit.
All the superpowers.
It was pretty cool. Good show.
Where is it?
So this is what you want to live in.
Yeah, for the next 10 years. Just do a 10-year loan on it and just...
Dude, did I ask you where you got your tattoos at?
A lot of them, I got them in Mexico.
Okay.
This one was in Washington, in Seattle, and then...
Because I fucking love it. Especially
Yeah.
that one on the upper right arm. That's pretty
This
dope.
one?
The top one.
Oh, the Jeep?
The Jeep with the trees.
Yeah.
It's just
That's a
like
real
well
picture.
done. I mean, I love the fucking Jack Skellington thing too. That's dope.
This one is so messed up, though. Like, they really did a bad job with
I know, but
line
just
work.
because it's Jack Skellington and
Yeah, I
it's
know.
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Makes up for it.
it almost is like it doesn't matter. And it's like it's not like it's bad or anything.
No, it's not. I do plan relocating it.
Really?
Just press the little arrow.
Okay.
You'll get to see the inside.
Yeah, that's like all you'd need to live in.
I think that's a 26-footer.
And then think about the freedom you'd have.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I want to decide to move to a different state, I can just be like, peace out. I quit.
Especially with your new job, you could probably relocate anywhere.
Exactly. You know, I want to be able to
Fuck,
go
the
explore
inside
other
of that?
states. Yeah, right?
That is insane.
It's literally a house.
It's a fucking house. And not just a house, a nice house.
Yeah.
God damn, that looks fun. I wish I was just like in that on tour, like in a rock band, just fucking.
It's funny because when I told you I'm going to live in an RV, they're like, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, no. It's like showing pictures like, oh, that's nice. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people realize when you say that this is like better than most people's house.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather pay $1,000 on this a month than live in
Some shitty little apartment paying like fucking $4,000 a month. That's the way it
looking
is
like
here.
a meth lab house apartment for like
It's
1,200. I'm like,
insane.
shh, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, apartments here are insane. It's like $4,000 for some piece of shit.
On top of that, you're tied down to a lease for a whole year, so even if you wanted to move, you can't
Yeah,
unless you pay that like fee.
right. To get out of it.
So it's like, you know what? Get me one of those. These
And then
range between like 100 and 5K.
usually people do it the other way, where it's like they wait till they're old and retired, and then they get something. Like you're gonna do it the other way.
Yeah.
You're gonna start out in that, and then eventually settle down in a house. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
You have to.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would be cool to have that freedom to move wherever you want.
And it's also like if I want to leave the country, I can just leave it on like a family member's property. Nobody's gonna touch it. So,
Right. So you could just leave it somewhere, go on vacation, come back, whatever.
and just keep driving.
Yeah.
Or if I want to move jobs, like I mentioned earlier, it's like I can just move to a different state, no
Do you
problem.
think you'd want to move to a different state, or would you want to move back home?
If I get the license, I think back home in Arizona might be like I want to have a house there, but I'm not gonna really live in it all year around. Like
So it'd be like a part of the year.
snowbird.
Yeah,
kinda
part of the
thing.
year you live there, like probably wintertime, right? Because it stays. I know a lot of people that do that. They'll have a house in 2 locations and like live part of the year one. That's like my godparents. They used to live here, and I believe they would do winters in Arizona and then summers here. And I think they might have moved permanently to Arizona now, but before it was pretty dope because when I moved here, then I got to see my godparents because they lived here. But I think they did move there. But I think their kids all still live here. But yeah, that's the way to do it.
It is, and I was actually thinking. I have a friend that lives in Berlin, and no, Belgium. My bad.
Yeah.
Belgium, and well, they're basically neighboring countries. And she was saying that she works in a grocery store. She can
Yeah.
afford food,
Okay.
savings, pay her rent, her own apartment, and you can pay for school out of your pocket. It's not even expensive.
So you're saying other countries, some of them are cheaper to live in?
And I was asking her, I was like, hey, like, if I were to be a dentist there, would I be living good? And they're like, yeah, you could probably afford your own house.
You should move to a different country.
I do at some point want to do that, at least for like 4 or 5 years, just
Wouldn't
to
that
get
be
the
so
experience
cool?
of living in a different country.
Yeah.
Because if you have, so I'm 3rd generation German, and there's a nationality bill that Germany passed in 2019. So if you're 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th generation German,
Yeah.
you can get citizenship automatically.
Damn.
Especially if your parents are born here in the USA.
You should go do it.
Yeah. So,
There's like one of my coworkers is going to school overseas. I'm like, that'd be so cool. Like,
you just get to experience a different whole environment, and getting to know more new people, network. I think that's
I think it would be
always
good for us as Americans to like go live somewhere else.
Yeah, kind of get a little perspective of
Yeah.
how it is outside of
Living in our
USA.
little bubble.
Yeah, Washington specifically, but yes.
Yeah, we were talking about bubbles, like how every place. God, who was I talking to about that? Like, kind of about the idea that like everybody has these little bubbles and like they all have strengths and weaknesses, but if they could kind of like all get along with each other, they could probably all learn from each other.
Absolutely.
Like the compassionate part of one bubble, and then but like the practicality of another, and then but they think like so it's like but they both have these good values. If they could kind of like
Mesh.
ever get common ground with each other, that they could kind of I don't know learn from each other or.
Oh yeah.
But it's hard to have an open mind,
Out here, yes, I feel like for sure. In my experience, at least, that's just my opinion. But,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like there's more people that are close-minded here, which is so contradicting because I was so excited to move here in 2017. I was like, I'm going to move to like a super liberal state. I'm going to get accepted. No discrimination. Fucking opposite. It's like, bruh.
Yeah, I guess I remember that too. When I first moved out here, I thought it was going to be like some magical different.
Yeah, me too.
It's not really that different, yeah.
My boss was like, you're going to love it out there. I lived out there. It's so liberal. Like, there's gay people.
Yeah.
There's no racism, no like none
Do
of
you
that.
experience less of that here?
No, I've experienced
homophobia or like.
I've experienced most prejudices here
Yeah.
compared to Arizona for sure.
That's so weird.
Because in Arizona, like they may not agree with your beliefs,
Right.
because it is a conservative state. They may not agree with your beliefs, but they're not focused on that.
They still have that nice small
It's
town
like-
type of thing going, right?
Yeah, it's like treat others the way you want to be treated. Life motto. So it's like you're a good person.
right.
It doesn't make you any different.
So because you're a good person, it would just be like, oh, well, he does that one thing, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't
it's like-
affect me. It's none of my business. So they don't really
they don't care.
retaliate or.
Well, I think a lot of times it's like it doesn't really affect them. So, but it's like if you talk to them, they might be like, well, I don't agree with that, and that's but it's not gonna like because you're not affecting their life. They don't really care,
Yeah.
and you're still a good person.
Yeah. If you're the kind of, for example, like if you're LGBT, right, and you're in Arizona and you're like, I'm gay, and you're just flaunting it, you're gonna automatically get disliked.
Really?
You don't flaunt it around. It's like, you don't let that be.
So someone like that might have a better time out here, you think?
Yeah. Here, yes.
Okay.
Out there, no.
Yeah.
Out there is more like, hey, we don't care you're gay. You're a good person.
Yeah.
We don't care. Just that's another thing that like out there, people be like, oh, like you're gay. And it's like, yeah, I'm gay. You're like, oh, you never gave me the vibes. I was like, what do you mean? It's like you're just very.
Well, they have a fucking like cartoon character idea of like what a gay person is.
Yeah,
It's
they're like, oh well, I thought people were more loud about their sexuality, but you're not. It's like, nah, like I'm me. Like I'm not letting that define my personality or my character.
Right, you're just you.
I'm just myself. That's just like
You're like,
something that
I'm me, I'm Caspian, I like Jeeps, I like to do this. So like they just see you for you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're like wearing some kind of like you don't like turn like sexuality into like basically your identity.
Yeah, no.
You like have your own identity already. So it doesn't matter if you're with girls, guys, whatever. Like, you just have your own identity. So it's like, yeah, because I feel like sometimes it's like a cartoon character thing. And so people have this weird idea of like what gay people are. You know what I mean? Like,
I tell people, you take it or leave it.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
I'm me. You take
it's
it
not
or leave
gonna,
it.
It's not going to stop me from being myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
like
makes
stay
sense.
true to your core values. That's really important.
Well, and then I feel like you kind of take away their opportunity to like hurt you in any way because you're like, well,
Oh yeah.
I'm fine either way. You know what I'm saying? So
It's like you don't like me being gay. I don't give a fuck. Like.
yeah, if you don't care, then it kind of takes the power away from other people, huh?
Oh yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
But so Arizona, you didn't have a lot of trouble. That might be like speak to like how you are as a person though,
Yes.
because you're like take care of your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like for certain gay people, that might be, small town might not be as good.
Yeah. Well, it's also like
Especially if they're like
I feel like a
super
lot of them-
flamboyant or like
I feel like a lot of them have been brainwashed to believe that all conservatives are like racists and murderers and stuff like that.
well, and
Or-
also that they all hate them.
Yeah, like they've been brainwashed to believe that. That's not true.
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily true.
I'm living proof of that.
I don't think all conservatives hate gay people. I know like the dudes at the bar that are more conservative, they actually are like, well, we're actually less homophobic than left wing. Like they think because they're like, we don't exploit gay people for, I don't know. They put it in a certain way. Like,
It's like it's their business, we're
yeah, they're
not-
like, we don't care about that. If
doesn't
someone's
affect
gay,
us.
it doesn't matter. But we're not going to like use it and politicize it to gain advantage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like his point,
Yeah, that's how it's been with most conservatives I met. It's like we don't care. Just
Yeah.
don't be a bad person,
To them, it's more about
or
the,
don't try to hit up on me.
Right. I feel like to them, it's more about if you share like the certain like policy views that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think they care more about that than I think at this point. There's probably certain conservatives that are still super like right-wing Christians that probably still hate gay people. I'm sure that still exists.
There's a lot of that here.
Like Christians
Oh yeah, dude.
that hate gay people.
Oh yeah. especially up north.
But like those like libertarian type of conservatives that are more about policy, like they care about like Second Amendment, they care about freedom. Those type of dudes, they don't care about
No,
if
they
somebody's
don't.
gay at all.
It's
Yeah.
mostly the religious conservative people.
Those are the ones that are still like, gay people will burn in hell, you know, like.
That or like, it's not acceptable in our family. Like, we don't want that around us, kind of thing. Or
Like, we still love you, but
yeah,
we hate you.
We still
Yeah.
love you, but we don't agree with your decision or your label of who you are. Like, it's. Trust me,
Right.
I've experienced that.
So that probably kind of sucks.
Previous ex, but yeah.
Oh, damn, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sure those Christian girls are super good. No, they're the wildest, right? They always say Catholic girls are the wildest because they're repressed, you know.
Catholic?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I never dated a Catholic girl.
That was always the thing, you know. Like the more religious they were, it was like they're more repressed. So that means they're actually more like wild.
More demonic.
Yeah, because it's like they're repressing it the whole time. So then when it's
Yeah.
like, then they're actually crazy, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
They
in
come
my
out, they pretend they're all
experience-
good, you know, like I love Jesus, but like really they're just like wild and crazy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I mean, with religious, I haven't dated a lot of religious women. Like maybe two.
I've like met so many cool religious people out here.
There are some cool
It's like
religious people.
it's like there's different types of churches out here. Like I came from small town where it was all very like old fashioned type of stuff, and out here there's like a lot of the bodybuilders go to like these kind of like cool like new, I don't know, these like they just seem like really cool churches, you know.
No, I've been to a few out here, and they
Yeah.
were fun because my ex and I used to go to church for a little bit.
It can be cool to
it
do.
It died down, but it was a church for like people our age,
Yeah.
and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I was actually getting into it. I have
Right.
nothing against religions.
No.
I think there's a God,
Yeah.
a universe. So
Mm-hmm.
just not the one that everyone talks about, regularly. But
Right.
I'm pretty open minded with stuff like that. It's like if you want to take
Same.
me out to church, I'm like, yeah, I'll go. But
And it's a chance to dress up nice.
yeah, I love
Get out,
dressing
get in
up
some
nice.
style. You know, I do too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm definitely more open minded about it. But yeah, like that, the religious conservatives hating on gay people thing. That's the kind of religion stuff that I don't like.
Yeah, same here. And that's another thing too. When I go or when I used to go, it's like it wasn't that big of a deal because I was already looking like a guy. So nobody had a clue that I was gay.
Yeah.
Or,
Right? They didn't have any idea.
they thought I was just like a straight couple.
You can probably fit in anywhere with that. Like, nobody. Yeah. You can probably go anywhere with conservatives or whatever. Like the.
Oh, I've blown some conservative people's minds.
Yeah.
We talking and they bring up like the gay stuff or LGBT rights, and somewhere along the line, I like pop my head and I'm like, hey, I'm like, oh, that's cool. You're talking about this topic. What about this topic? Do you have an opinion on? And they're like, oh, it's not. It's like, oh, interesting.
Have you ever made anybody change their opinion because they've talked to you
Yes.
and been
Yeah.
like, oh, I've never met somebody like you?
Yeah, I have, and it's honestly really great because it deletes that perspective of like, oh, people that are gay or trans are
This
this
way.
thing.
Yeah, they have this weird idea of it.
Yeah, eventually I'll like come up front about it and like, oh, like,
So
be
you,
you're a
like,
really
break-
cool guy for, a
You
guy.
break all these stereotypes, I bet that they
Yeah,
have. And it's
I
like,
try
oh,
to.
You're like a bro, you like Jeeps, you like this. It's like, and then they're like, oh.
It's mind blowing. So there was a time.
I think that's actually really positive for those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To like get a different perspective, like, oh, like I don't fucking know everything. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they're like, oh, because I think they all have this weird idea of like what
how things should be, or
that person's gonna be like, or like I said, a stereotype.
yeah,
That's probably really valuable when you do that.
it is. It's honestly a humbling experience, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of like meeting anybody who's different and then finding common ground with them. Because we get all tribal with different groups, and then you meet people from the different groups and you like find common ground and you realize like all humans are like really kind of the same, and we all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just
Like
when
we're
people.
all this one, we're all human beings. We're all like from the same like thing.
And I think there's more open-minded people in this world than closed-minded people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people that are closed-minded are just brainwashed, and that's just how it is. But
It's like they get so set in their ways they can't
yeah,
even. But there was like that one dude who would, I think he was an African American guy, and he would like have these conversations with like KKK guys basically, and he has like a certain, and then he would just talk to him, and like a certain number of them like turned in their robe to him, because like they would realize that they were wrong.
hmm
And he did that by just talking to them and breaking their stereotypes of what like an African American person is like.
communication and conversation changes
Right.
so many things, especially when you can have a conversation where you can agree to disagree. You know, it's a really evolving experience. Like that's how we evolve as people. You know, we have a conversation and we have a common ground.
His name is Daryl Davis.
Mm.
He befriended for the past 30 years. He is a black man who's befriended KKK members. He's a blues musician, and he has what some might call an interesting hobby. For the past 30 years, he has spent time befriending members of the KKK.
Hell yeah.
And let's see.
That's really brave too.
It is, because he probably gets called terrible things by him, and he doesn't retaliate. So 200 Klansmen have given up their robes to him, like saying, "I quit the KKK and I'm wrong." He collects the robes and keeps them in his home as a reminder of the dent he's made in racism by simply sitting down and having dinner with people. So you think about that, how powerful that is. Like,
Yeah.
somebody has a stereotype of what they think you are, and then you talk to them and they realize, like, wow, this guy's like a really cool guy. I guess
I
I'm
think I was wrong.
totally wrong about this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's fucking powerful stuff.
Yeah, to me, it's like their face expressions. It's like they're like, "What?" And it's like, yeah.
They're like, I like this guy.
Like they're like, "No way!" And I was like, "Yes way." And I was like, "You want to see some pictures of mine? Like when I used to be a chick?" Like, and I show them like, "That's not you." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
it's me." Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's really interesting to be.
Well, you're not a
witness to that.
stereotypical dude, man. It's. But I mean, there's probably tons of people like you.
I hope
You know what
so.
I'm saying? It's like,
I really do. I've met a few actually.
yeah,
2 of them, 2 trans guys that
Yeah.
I actually met one in a Jeep meet.
yeah,
He does not, I never thought about it. He just approached me and we started talking about Jeeps. And then he asked me, we traded numbers. And he's like, "Hey, quick question." He's like, "Are you trans?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, cool, me too." And I was like, "No."
Oh, shit.
I wasn't even surprised. I was like, "No fucking way." Like, this
Yeah.
dude's like hairy. I'm like, he has like a full on beard, like bigger than yours. Like,
Just a big ass man.
full Mexican beard. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I never even thought about it. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's
Yeah.
cool. So now we're like lifelong friends.
That's pretty fucking cool, man.
Same when I worked at the shop in Subaru when I was a detailer out there. I never thought that there was another trans guy there. And you
Yeah.
would never think of this person being trans. And, it's freaking fantastic.
It is cool.
You
It's
know?
like I said, it's like just being who you truly are. There's something good about that, like,
And a lot of those people share same core values as me. It's like, just be yourself, do
Yeah.
what you love, do what you like. That guy works in a shop at Subaru. He loves doing his job. He still has his frame when he became a master mechanic with his, when he had his female name.
yeah,
He still has it, and that's like a reward for him. He's like, yeah, like I did this shit. I'm a mechanic. I follow my passion, And
yeah,
the Jeep guy, well, he's a Jeep guy, and, great guy, works at Amazon.
mm-hmm.
One of the project managers, super great dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. Yeah,
You just meet those good gems if you're just yourself, I feel like. So that's what I've been trying to do.
yeah. I think that's how you meet the best people, is just by
Mhm.
being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's powerful shit. I think.
And self-evaluation as well is really important.
What about that? Like
evaluating your feelings, evaluating your goals,
yeah,
evaluating your actions, or maybe something that's bothering you, or something that's maybe good,
evaluating it in a sense of like checking in on yourself,
Yeah,
or
doing a self-check.
and then that allows you to grow more, basically.
Yeah.
Because
Therapy.
you're taking stock of what you are, what you feel like, and then making adjustments.
Improving.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's, I think, one of the things that has led me to still having the drive that I have. Because there are days where I feel like shit. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. But then I sit down with myself and I evaluate, like, okay, where was I a year ago?
It's pretty cool when you look back and you're like, oh shit, I've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, like you actually remember that. Or when I'm feeling insecure about my physique, I go back and I look at pictures of how I used to look like.
Oh,
and I'm like,
you've made so much progress on your physique.
Yes, it's like, oh, okay, I'm fine.
And
like
think
it's just
about
in my head.
And you even gained like another, like, dude, you're gonna gain more weight too. Like,
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just be how jacked are you trying to get again? You said
170, 175.
Well, if you stick like it all depends on like when you get on a serious meal plan.
Mm-hmm.
And right now you're doing the best you can with like living in a trailer and trying to like,
once I get that RV, meal plans for days.
You get the RV set up, you have a whole kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a whole different thing because you can start meal prepping and you can start taking it really serious. You know.
Yeah, I can actually cook and not worry about where am I going to cook next. You know, it's going to be nice.
How soon do you think you're going to get that RV?
Give or take 1.5 to 2 years.
So it's still going to be doing this for a while.
Probably. I might end up getting an apartment.
But won't that slow you down on getting the RV then?
No, it won't. Because the RV, I'm putting about $20,000 down if the bike sales go good. And I have a good credit score, so I'm not really too concerned.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, okay.
That's why those conservatives like you. They're like, yeah, this bro's got a good fucking credit score.
Good credit score.
We don't care about all that other shit. He's responsible. He's got a good credit score, you know. Shit.
Good credit score, but a little in debt. But the goal is in 2 years pay off all the debts and like no car payments, nothing.
Right.
Just be 100% debt free. Put that RV in. Obviously, I'll have a debt from that, but that's going to be the only debt.
But it's like we're Americans. Of course we're in debt.
Yeah, who isn't?
That's like the American way.
Student loan debts. I'd rather have like personal loan debts than like student loan debts, though, because student loan debts are like interest rate is high up the roof.
And they never go away, no matter what. You could do bankruptcy, all that shit.
Yeah. So.
Student loan debt's weird.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's a fucking scam.
That's why I'm paying all out of my pocket.
They get you when you're like fucking 18 years old and they've been telling you for like 18 years when you're in school, like, you have to go to college. And you're just a little kid, so you're like, well, I have to go to college. Like, I'll be a fucking loser if I don't go to college, bro. Like, all my friends are going to college. Like, what am I going to do? Like, they basically, like, fucking groom you. Like, the way that a fucking, like... The way that, like, somebody who is, like, a manipulator grooms somebody, like, that's what they do in school. Like, you got to go to college after you go to school. You got to go to college. They groom you into it. And then by the time you're 18, you're so fucking brainwashed by them that you got to go, well, I have to go to college. I'll be a loser. I want to be like I don't want to be a loser, so I got to go. So then you take out this. That's how they get you hooked on the loan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They fucking groom you like a manipulative fucking, like, I don't know, like some kind of like fucking evil manipulative like fucking predator, basically.
Like, people are like, I don't know what I want to do with my career, but I'm still gonna go to college. And it's like, dude, that's
so you have no idea what you're gonna do, but all you've been told your entire time in school is you have to go to college by these manipulators, these fucking
and get in debt.
And so the minute you're done, they're like, here, take these loans, and you're like, okay,
money.
Yeah, I have to take these loans because I have to go to college. That's what I do. I've just been brainwashed my whole life. And then they pretend it's not a predatory loan. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, because they don't let you know. I mean, you're young, right?
You're too fucking young and stupid. They should never let you have that fucking
I say loan. Young, dumb, full of cum.
Young, dumb, full of cum, and they're like, hey, go to college. And then you're like, oh. And then you're young, dumb, full of cum, and you go to college, and what do? You just party and fucking...
Get drunk. You don't really care about classes. And then, boom, you fail your classes, you owe like $40,000. It's like, oh.
Right. I have a buddy that just, like, fucked away all his student loans, like, went to college, never went to class, but ended up, like, becoming a mortgage guy, turned his life around, works at Wells Fargo, makes, like, great money. He, like, worked his ass up. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny.
The irony, right?
It's so funny when you see some of your friends, like, where they came from and then where they ended up and how successful they ended up being.
Mm-hmm.
Just from, like, working really hard.
Yeah, I mean...
Because once you figure that shit out, like, you figure out what you actually have to do and you go do it, like, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have, like, parents that can just start you a business right off the bat, you know, you have to build from the ground up.
Right, and he didn't. I mean, he lost both his parents. He didn't. He came from nothing, and now he's successful as fuck.
And that really humbles you up, and that's back to the value stuff that you were talking about. It really makes you be appreciative of the things that you have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Especially when you self-evaluate. You're like, damn,
smart.
I'm so glad I'm here where I'm at, and I have what I have. And
dude, he's so smart, too. He's, like, working from home. He's got his computer set up because he does mortgages, and, like, he's, like, all ergonomic about it. So he's got, like, the fucking ball that he sits on. And then now I've seen he's got one of those standing desks that, like, raises up. And then the newest thing he got, which is genius, which I was like, man, I wish I had one of those for when I'm, like, editing the podcast. Like, he's got one of those, like, it's a standing desk, so it fucking raises up so you can stand.
Nice.
And then he's on a treadmill walking. So he's, like, he's fucking, like, burning calories while working, while fucking on the computer. Like, I'm like, that is some baller shit right there.
That is, indeed.
That's, like, how you're going to do it. It's, like, sedentary job. I don't fucking think so, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Having a job like that and, you know, working your way up there just makes you more grateful to have that job.
Yeah, it just shows you, like, if you fucking work really hard. I mean, it's like, that doesn't always work, obviously, but, like, I feel like it can be done.
Yeah, with, like, when I graduate from dental assistant, I might, in at least a year from now, get, a room to rent. But it's not going to be an apartment. It's going to be a house because I need to have a place to storage my Jeep, my trailer, and my other car.
Yeah.
And, like, my bikes, you know, so I want to make sure it's a house.
Fuck yeah. Think about that. When you get a house, you'll be able to do so much meal planning.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm excited
then you can
about that.
really get fucking jacked in the gym.
Yeah, so hopefully, you know, with working in a clinic, making a lot more money an hour compared to how I'm making now, it's gonna put me there, and then if things go good with this motorcycle situation, fingers crossed that, you know, I make that money to be 100% debt free. Only debt.
God, wouldn't that be fucking amazing?
And just money in real estate, help my mom, and the rest in savings, secured savings.
Sounds like you got a good plan.
Keeps accumulating. Yeah, I have to.
Fuck yeah, yeah. Well, so what else? Anything else you want to talk about before we sign off here?
Got any questions?
No, just like what's like your short-term plans right now? Do you have anything fun coming up? Are you doing any more like traveling, or do you have any more I don't know, like off-roading type stuff coming up? Anything
fun? Right now, just work, school, gym. Gym has been a priority. I've been trying to slowly have a social life again, just because with the busy schedule, it's so hard. But I've been able to do that a little more, so it's been great. I'm gonna try to keep up with that.
Yeah.
It's just I get in my little shell and I.
We were talking about that yesterday about how important it is, like, because we get so ambitious with our goals and everything, and but like the importance of actually setting aside time for stuff like that, and I get to this point where I feel like if I'm doing anything that doesn't have to do with my goals, that it's detrimental.
Yeah.
But I have to remind myself that once in a while you have to actually relax, and it ends up helping your goal in the long run because it kind of resets you. And there's something about relaxing that helps you like heal and grow, and like I got to think of it in a different way, that it's not detrimental, and I need to do that a little bit more, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. We should go out to the bar sometime.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm down. I went we did a Seattle trip with my friends, my coworkers. We went out and ate sushi and stuff, and it was so fun. If you want to go do that sometime, I'm fucking down.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll make a plan and we'll do it. But anyways, that was great. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
That was a fun conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess we'll sign off for now. Until next time, man. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.